from Studio 69.
Welcome back to Live from Studio 69, featuring your boy, the legendary Robert Wyndon. And this is a new segment I'm trying on my show. So this is the first part of it. I'm trying this. We're gonna call it the legendary Mailbag, and it's when I get questions from people and they want me to talk about the situation, or we've had conversations about it. I ask them, I got clearance to talk about it, so I want to talk about it. If they have questions, I'm going to answer those questions that they have on this. Let me start with this first one. This first one, the young lady asked me, is there anything wrong with being done with dating, done with trying to find a mate, done with all of those shenanigans, and just being okay with just being with her? So that's what I would like to talk about today, is being done with dating, and done with trying to find that other piece of your puzzle, and just being okay with you. And I want to share my thoughts and answer her question. And I'm going to touch base on some things that she did talk about in the whole conversation as well, which I thought was actually pretty brave and pretty excellent to talk about it. So this woman, she's an older woman, and she says she's been through it all. She's dated, and this was my favorite one. She's tired of dating the cops and the robbers, the good guys and the bad guys. Says she had a lot of fun and a lot of pain, which relationships are. They can be fun and pain, and none of it leading to successful relationships for long term, or even leading to marriage. And that part in it is, I've been hearing that a lot recently from a lot of women that I know, and a lot of men that I know that don't even think about being married or think about being in long-term relationships. And there has to be a gap, and there has to be some. So should you feel okay with not dating and trying to find your mate? I say yes. If you are old enough, if you are mature enough, if you are grown enough, and you have grown to levels that you've seen and learned from the mistakes of your actual dating or relationship mishaps, then yeah, I give you an A+ for being okay with just being with yourself and having fun and still, because your life don't stop just because you didn't find your second half of your puzzle. Your life don't stop, and your life shouldn't stop, and you should not feel like you done failed at life because you don't have that life partner that you want. Sometimes it just don't work out like that, especially nowadays in the dating realm that we in, or in a relationship realm we in. That majority of people are really truly about themselves. They're really truly about what's the benefit for them. It's no longer about us, it's more about me. You know what I mean? And those can be things. And a lot of the men nowadays, and like I gotta say, my species, we do be tripping. You know what I'm saying? We do be tripping. And I've talked about this 1,000 times on a couple of shows that I had. And it just has a lot to do with the numbers game. It's got a lot to do for the number game for the women. Because if for every 10 women, for every one man, there's 8 to 10 women. So y'all outnumber the men, period. And for all of these men, nowadays, some of them like to be single because there's eight women to one man. So they like that game. They like to be in the field, no matter how old that man is, because sometimes men do mature, but sometimes they still like that game. They still like the game of being out here and choosing what they want. I had a conversation with my homegirl, and Ava, and I told her men like to eat from the buffet. And every time I say that, she would roll her eyes at me, but then she would have to kind of agree with me in that instance. Men aren't looking for that single meal no more. And honestly, the single meal hasn't even really been in play for that long period. Because if you check back in history, men always like to eat from the buffet. It's just what it is. And even for good women, even for the good women, like I'm pretty sure this woman was, he talked about some of the stuff that she had to do and some of the stuff that she did. And these men just were not stepping up to the plate and doing their part as men. Because why do they have to? They always say if you give them a little bit of that milk, why would they buy the whole cow? They could be doing that ancestors. In this case, for women, it's a sad story, but some people are going to get left out in the situation. Some people are not going to be able to get a good man. You might be able to get a man, but you might not be able to get a good man. And you're going to say, Robert, what is your definition of a good man? Your definition of a good man is what that man is going to do for you, specifically for you, that meets what you need as a woman. So I think, yes, ma'am, you should definitely be okay and be happy with being tired of dating, being happy of being tired of being tossed into and fro, being happy with not having to put yourself out there no more to be disappointed by a man and or a female, depending on what you want to do. Be happy in you. Because just like they say, you came in here alone, you're going to leave alone. But it is happy to have those. And I'm not saying it's good to have those relationships where you can actually grow and be with somebody. But in these times, these perilous times that we living in, sometimes it's not possible. But if you do have that person that you can hold on to them. Try to keep them. But if you don't, be happy with you. Don't look at yourself as a disappointment. Don't look at yourself as, oh, mama and them don't think. Who cares about what they think? Because why would you be in a relationship if it's not going to benefit you none at all as far as growth as a human? And it is causing you more pain than it is causing you happiness. Why stay in that? You know what I mean? Relationships are hard. They're going to be, roller coaster rides. But if you're not in one and you're okay with that because you've been through those and you've learned from them, and you're not just going to accept anything, that's the key. You don't have to settle. You don't have to accept anything. You don't have to accept any person. If they're not fitting into what you need with a little leeway, because there's nobody perfect. You know what I'm saying? If you got a list, then which you shouldn't have a list anyway. But if you do have a list of 10 things and that person checks off 8 of them, those other 2, those are things that y'all can go together and y'all can talk about. It's true. Don't just throw it away because he ain't got all 10 or she ain't got all 10. But if you are in that situation where it's just you, been through the dating game, and like she said, it didn't render many successful relationships, long-term relationships. It didn't render marriage because if that's what you're looking for, then it's okay. No lie, it's okay with just being you and doing you and having the best time in your life. Go hang out with your homegirls. Stella, get your groove back. If you don't want to get your groove back, Stella, just go have fun and be happy with you. That's the whole key. You are the key. You are the star player. Be happy with you. Your boy, the legendary Robert Wyndham, is happy with him. Stay tuned for another live from Studio 69.